Good morning, everyone. It is our extreme pleasure to bring you today's episode. We have now hit double digits, which is an exciting milestone. Before we get into intros, I just want to give you a little fun insight about these two gentlemen that are joining us today. Imagine this: Fort Worth, Texas Motor Speedway. It's our EWN biannual event. I am about to go 165 miles an hour in a race car around the track. And I'm not sure if it was these gentlemen here, but I saw a beacon in the audience, and I remember these words being said to me. Jimmy, all right, couple words of advice. Keep your seatbelt on, hold on, stay in the car, and stay safe. And that kind of emulates what these gentlemen bring to us. As always, my partner in crime, the Starsky to my Hutch, the Cagney to my Lacey, Mr. James Cross is with us today. James, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing well, and I still have no clue what any of that means. Because I wasn't born, 50 years ago.
That's all right. That's all right.
Well, Jim, and let me tell you something. These two guys that we have joining us today are some of my favorite people in the industry, and I don't say that just because they're clients. I mean it. Joining us today is Jeff Craig from Eagle Infrastructure and Dusty Flanagan from Applied Consultants. And don't let these guys fool you. They might technically work for two different companies, but I've been there and I know they office out of the same building. So don't let them lie to you. I think it might be like some Ozark stuff going on where they're like some kind of corporate shell game where they're just money laundering or something. But I know they have 3 or 4 more companies too. So I kid. That's not what's going on. Guys, how y'all doing this morning?
Doing well.
Doing great, sir.
So we're glad you're here. Dusty, I don't know if you remember, but you and I in February I think it was the end of February. It feels like 17 years ago. But you and I were in Galveston, along with a couple of the guys from Applied, at the Damage Prevention Summit right before all this stuff started with COVID. And I'm not sure about you, but that was the last conference I attended, and I can't believe that was 3 months ago, man.
Yeah, just exactly. It doesn't seem like it's been that long ago, like you said, but unfortunately, it has been the last one, and we had other events lined up, but like you said, that was the last event that we have attended.
Yeah. I can't believe it. It's wild.
No, and we're all going through that. It's a crazy thing, but it's great to have you both here. I think that this. Yeah, the show that we started is a great avenue for us to get back out and all the things that we love at the conferences. It's a great way to see people, to talk to them, to have some interaction and make an impact. And again, we haven't seen each other since it was the Fort Worth Motor Speedway event. And again, the great wisdom, and I'll say it again, I know you guys, I know you well, your organization, and the word safety first emulates all throughout your organization from, moment you wake up in the morning till the time you go to bed at night, and probably during the middle of the night too. So hats off always to you gentlemen for that.
Yep.
If we get into it, really, and we just brought it up, COVID. I mean, we're living in, a much different time right now. And that's okay. It's been a nightmare, but there has also been some great things that have come about of it. And really, I at this time of life, I'd like to focus on some of the good things that come about. Again, we can't do anything with the negative stuff, but anyways, some of the blessings that we have, and if you want to share some of the things that you folks have all seen with COVID, bouncing back, downturn in the oil market, all these things that have been stacked up against us, what's some of the good stuff you folks have seen?
So yeah, I'll answer that. Like you said, unfortunately, with the COVID hitting, and also with the oil prices and everything kind of falling at the same time, it's from a negative standpoint, it has really affected us. It's affected our employees, and we have felt that personally because we know these guys personally. When we have to make those phone calls and say, "Hey, look, due to these issues, things are slowing down, so we've got to let you go," or whatever the case may be. It's a hard decision to do. It's hard on us personally, again, and I know it's hard on them. But from the positive standpoint that we see is we all know that this happens this industry stuff has happened in the past, and we know it always comes back. So in preparedness for that and getting ready for it to come back, this has allowed us to, from a safety standpoint at Applied, I guess has allowed us to really do a deep dive with our, safety protocols that we have, our safety requirements that we require all of our guys to have. I mean, we require our guys to have 3 safety courses a month. So this has been able for us to really get in there, to make sure that they're staying on top of it, for us to refresh our courses, check with our clients, because we're not able to go out and see them, but we're able to contact them via phone or email and talk to them that way to make sure that we're staying up to date with our clients. And, safety, of course, it's funny. Our motto is, safety works when safety is applied. So that's kind of what our motto is. And without that, we can't function. We feel like a safer worker today provides for a safer tomorrow. But in this downturn, the positive things has, like I said, enabled us to really be able to sharpen our tools and hone in on our safety training, speak more or less one-on-one with our clients, and making sure that we are providing them exactly what they're needing.
Awesome, man. You touched on a little bit of obviously having to have those tough conversations, and I think all of us know that that's never easy. I think I've been on both sides of that. I've been the one being let go, and unfortunately somebody's had to have those tough conversations with people. And our industry's different. I know probably every industry says that, but unless you've been in the industry, our industry, it's we joke around all the time that it's a good old boy network, and it's almost, that's how you get into the network kind of deal. But I'm going to dump it on its head a little bit and say, we are a bunch of good old boys, and we're a pretty tight-knit group. And so when you have to let one of our friends go, because the way the industry works, I think we're all a big tight-knit group of friends. That's a tough one. But I like how you spun that, Dusty, on using this time as a chance to really jump on the training and safety side of it, because as most of us know, some of that is some of the first things that get cut. When times are tough, when budgets are something that we're even more conscious of. A lot of times training and travel gets cut. Jeff, what have you seen on overall when we're talking about cutting some of that stuff? Is that something that you guys have been affected by?
Well, I have to say that speaking from the Eagle perspective, and also Applied, which it's Applied's a very technically astute company. They are a very early adopter on some of that stuff. So the thing I'd probably focus on based on the COVID response is just the positive attitude, the whole corporations, and really Applied, since I work here, I see it every day, the positive attitude that all the employees took from being told you're going to have to go home and work from home, and how we marshal around that challenge and get them set up and empower them to take that stuff, right? So the leadership at both Eagle and Applied have built a positive safety culture from the beginning, and in looking at the positive upon the rebound when that happens as well. So getting that, getting your field and your crops ready for the rain when it does come, type of thing, right? So to have it continually look at positive all things, and in this case, it enabled Applied to review and update its exposure and response plans, as Dusty talked about, and take it and rethink the training opportunities. Some people tell me that, taking an Excel formula class is a lot sexier than actually doing safety training again and again. So, we just kind of think outside that box. So we did invest in software skills library, and we made that available to the inspector pool and all of our employees. So for those that didn't want to take a safety course, then they have 29 courses from Excel, Word, Outlook, OneNote from beginner to expert level, and they can take those courses as well to kind of keep that skill set up. So when they do rebound, it's just one of those things. So, and then the internal employees working from home, you get a little bit of that feedback. And then as we did come back in the office, as all of our offices have, some of the offices, we built a couple of apps for their daily check-in. And so I really applaud the HR and the legal teams and the executive teams were applied to make sure that self check-in happens every day. And just the positive attitude that HR and legal took during the whole thing. One day CDC says this, the next day it's something different. The legal, they participate in webinars and the conflicting stuff. So
Yep.
I really applaud them from standing up and leaning into that problem. It's a daily challenge. So
Jim, that sounds familiar, doesn't it?
And I got to tell you, listening to the gents here, and one common theme, positive attitude. I mean, no matter what we're dealt with any day, personally, professionally, family, church, wherever we're at, we have that positive attitude and that can-do attitude, and we can do it together attitude is, the vibe that really is going to help continue this momentum going. Again, life is full of many different road bumps, right? So I think that to hear that and for other people to hear that, and again, that we can do it with a positive attitude, a can-do attitude. I like it. Any other positive, takeaways, anything? I heard the app. I like that idea. I really like that, utilizing technology, the skills training, Dusty mentioned doing 3 trainings a month. Any other things? Have you increased the training during this downtime? Any other positives that we can share with our guests?
Well, I think that you did see an initial course. The users are taking a lot more courses, but what I did see is they're going beyond just a standard 3 courses. So they'll go out. We've got 300 and something courses in our LMS library, and so they range from the software skills to other things that weren't just assigned. So, and I like that. It's just, I don't know if it's a matter of boredom or whatever, but I think that they're looking at it as when they finally get rebound and start working for a different client. We have some people taking the OSHA 30 and OSHA 10 certification courses, some taking HAZWOPER. So those are some new materials we put in there. No, I think it's from the beginning when we started doing our LMS platform about a year ago, it's 300 or 400% increase in participation. So wow. From a corporate level, we love that. Yes, sir.
Dusty, you other than having to be on these Zoom calls every day, I'm sure. What else do you think maybe you guys have learned, or what do you think might transcend all of this as a company, either from a safety standpoint or just in general?
So, it's this whole Zoom deal, me personally coming from an inspection standpoint of being a field guide and being in the office the last couple of years, Jeff is kind of our computer guru guy. I always have to go to him and sometimes even have to ask him, Jeff, how do I even turn on my computer? So
look at his head swelling right now.
Yeah,
I hope it'll stay in that box.
I know it. So, with all this technology that we've had to adapt to, we've had to learn, and especially me, I've taken some good positive stuff out of it due to the fact that I've learned a lot more. We've learned to communicate to our inspectors in the field instead of being in a one-on-one setting. Now we're having to use this Zoom meetings like we are, the video meetings like we are now. So even in our office internally, we do 2 meetings with operations daily in the morning and the evening. And we've had to, when all this happened, we had a skeleton crew here at the office, so we had to work from home a lot, and we're limited to being in the building. But so the new technology, the ability to learn how to do that, the ability to be able to have these meetings and be able to acquire information and things like that. And even as far as we do a safety meeting with all of our safety inspectors in the field and with all of our leads or chief inspectors. So this has been a great tool, a positive tool for us to be able to learn how to use, because these Zoom meetings with all these guys out in the field, We can talk one still, we can see their faces or hear their voices, and then they can carry our message, our safety message, out the remainder of our guys in the field, because we kind of lean on our safety guys and our chiefs and our lead inspectors to be the front runners, I guess, per se, and then go out and spread the word to the remaining of the guys, because we can't be there right now. So it's been it's been a positive thing to be able to learn new technology and new ways to communicate safety, training, or just safety in general.
That's awesome. I wanted to bring up one thing, I'm sure everybody knows we do a little pregame on these calls to make sure we're all on the same page. But I wanted to bring up one point, and that was when this all started. One of the first people to reach out to me was Dusty, and just to check on each other. And funny thing was I was about to do the same thing the very same day, because Jim and I, right when this started, we said, man, we got to check on our friends and check on our industry folks, see how they're doing, how they're dealing with everything, and what can each of us do to help. So to say our companies are aligned on our vision, I think is an understatement. Dusty, you talked about safety and technology and training.
Yep.
You pretty much described our mission, right? So, guys, it's been a blast. I think if you got any other final thoughts, feel free to throw them in. But man, I think you guys are doing what I hope a lot of people are doing, and that is getting ready and not waiting, but building that comeback story now.
Right now.
Yeah. And just something I'd like to say, and kind of Jim touched on, and you as well, James, earlier, about, the good old boys and us being a tight-knit community. And to me, and I know you guys all feel the same, it's not just about being tight-knit community. It's about, to me, it's about being a family.
Absolutely. Amen.
We're all in this together, and it takes every one of us together, like we're doing now, to come up with these new ideas and ways of thinking, to when it does come back, we're above and beyond and shining. And I know we greatly appreciate you guys doing what you do, because it's really helped us out tremendously. And Jeff and I talk about you guys all the time so it's all good, James. It's all good. I promise you. We're a little jealous of Jim at the beach. Every week he's at the beach, but other than that,
I mean, a Florida boy now,
I know it. So, but anyway, I just want to say it is. We are a tight-knit group, but we are a family as well. And it definitely takes all of us to get through this. And
wait, you had a perfect opportunity there, Dusty, to say it takes a village.
It does. It takes a village. I didn't want to steal your line.
No. Well, guys, it's been a blast. Jim, any final thoughts?
No, just to emulate what Jeff and Dusty said. We are family, and me, I have family, industry family from sea to shining sea. I mean, from coast to coast. I talk to them daily, and everybody is really rallied around the whole idea of getting out of this better than we were before, getting out of this safer than we were before. All those things in place, and I have to tell you two gentlemen emulate that. And it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show today. Again, all of our blessings to you and your family and the crews and everybody to stay safe. We wish nothing but the best until we can see each other again and have a barbecue sandwich. I'll fly from Florida over. I'll buy lunch next time. So
awesome.
We'll do that. And for all of us, viewing us today in the audience, if you want to learn more, we have links below for the gentlemen, for their organizations, for all of us. Again, if you want to reach out to James and I and have a question, please feel free to ask. If you want to be on the show, let us know that too. We would love to have you on. With that, I think we will wrap it up and say, everybody have a blessed day. Be safe. Do the right thing. Stay positive. Keep that positive momentum going. And when we get out of this thing, we're going to be a better industry than we were when we started this. And with that, I will hand it over to James. James, any final thoughts? Are you ready to sign off, sir?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you guys again. God bless. God bless you all, and God bless this industry.
Amen.
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 Thanks.
Thank you, guys.